Okay, let's be honest. Have you ever felt that wave of absolute, pure joy when plans get canceled? If you have, then this explainer is for you. Because I have a feeling a lot of you are about to feel so seen. Let's get into it.
You know, we all have that friend, right? Or, let's be real, maybe we're that friend. That text comes through, hey, so sorry, have to cancel. And you can almost feel the relief radiating from their phone. But what's really going on there?
And that right there is the million-dollar question. It's so easy to take that personally, right? To think, oh, they don't want to see me. But here's the thing. Science actually suggests it's often not about avoiding you at all. It's about protecting something inside themselves.
So to really get this, we've got to bust a huge myth. The idea that if you'd rather have a quiet night in, you're, well, boring. But the reality? It's not boring. It's just different.
Oh, yeah. Social media is screaming at us 24/7 that you've got to be out there living your best life all the time. But psychology, it offers a much deeper and honestly a way more interesting take on why for so many of us, home is where it's at.
And that more interesting take? It all starts with this really powerful idea, the concept of your social battery.
Okay, so look at this. It's like we're looking at two completely different operating systems, right? For an extrovert, all that noise, the people, the chaos, that's their charger. That's what plugs them in and gets their energy soaring. But for an introvert, every single social interaction, even the really good ones, is like watching that battery percentage just tick down, down, down. Home isn't just a place to live, it's literally the only power outlet that works.
And believe it or not, there's a scientific name for this whole thing. It's called optimal arousal theory. Basically, what it means is that some of our nervous systems are just wired to be more sensitive. You don't need a deafening concert or a packed bar to feel good. For some of us, a quiet room and a great book gets us to that exact same sweet spot.
And this is so important to get. If you prefer staying in, it is not a character flaw. It doesn't mean you're lazy or afraid of people. It's your wiring. It's neurology. It's just how you're built.
Okay, but managing your energy, that's really only half the story. The other massive piece of the puzzle, the other reason home feels so good, comes down to two little words: control and creativity. I mean, just think about it for a second. The second you step outside your door, it's total chaos, right? It's unpredictable. You've got small talk you don't want to have, sudden loud noises, other people's vibes all over the place. But at home, you're the DJ. You control the sound, the lighting, the whole entire mood.
And look, for someone who has anxiety or is just a highly sensitive person, this isn't a luxury. This isn't just a nice to have. This feeling of control is absolutely essential. It's how you keep the world from just completely overwhelming you. It's a straight-up survival mechanism.
And this is where it gets really cool. Because that time alone, it's not empty time. It's not wasted time. All the research shows that solitude is where our brains do their best work. It's where we can finally make those new connections, get creative, really think about our lives. And, get this, we actually get better at solving tough problems.
Exactly. Think about it. The next great novel, the next big idea, it's probably not going to pop into someone's head in the middle of a loud, crowded bar. No way. It's going to come from a quiet corner, from that space you create for yourself when you just let your mind wander without a million distractions.
Okay, so we've talked all about the good stuff. But now, we got to get real for a minute and ask a tough but super important question. Is staying home about finding peace, or is it about hiding?
Because for some people, staying home isn't just a choice to recharge. It's driven by something else. Things like social anxiety, depression, maybe even past trauma. They can make the outside world feel genuinely threatening. And that's when home stops being a refuge and starts feeling more like a cage.
So this is the real gut check question you have to ask yourself. Does staying home fill you up? Does it energize you? Or does the very thought of leaving just feel too heavy, impossible even? See, one is a choice for peace. The other is a reaction. It's hiding. And knowing which one it is for you, well, that's everything.
But once you do know the difference, for those of you who are truly consciously choosing this quiet life, well, that brings us to our final and I think most empowering point. This isn't about missing out. It's about being wired for depth.
And this right here, this is the big takeaway. Understanding, truly knowing that you thrive in a quiet, low-stimulation environment, that you don't need a crowd to feel happy, that's not sad. That is a powerful, profound act of self-awareness. So what does that actually look like in real life? Well, it looks like finding this incredible joy in the little things that most people just rush right by. You know, that ritual of your morning coffee, the feeling of sinking into that one perfect spot on your couch. It's the moment you realize you don't need the world to keep you entertained, because your own inner world, it's more than enough.
So really, it all just comes down to a shift in how you see it. What society might label as missing out or, boring is actually something completely different from the inside. It's a real choice. It's choosing depth over all that noise. It's choosing peace over the constant pressure to perform.
And so that's the final question I want to leave you with. For you, is it truly a choice for peace over performance, or has it maybe become a good excuse? Only you know the real answer. Thanks for thinking through this with me.